Hey YouTube, Kira Twig here, bringing you guys my Gouki Yugioh deck profile for post Flames of Destruction. Got a lot of good new support in the booster pack for the Gouki deck, which just helps it more and more. I feel like the more Gouki monsters we get, the better the deck becomes potential-wise. And with Cybernetic Horizon, we're just going to get more Link monsters and effect monsters for Goukis, which will just make the deck overall a much better deck than what it was originally, but still an awesome deck. So let's go ahead and get started with the deck profile. So to start off, I run 3 Gouki Suprex. With this card, when it is normal summon, you can special summon 1 Gouki monster from your hand. And if this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can add 1 Gouki card from your deck to your hand, except for Suprex. You can only use this effect once per turn. So an easy special summon from the hand. And all Gouki monsters share that send effect to add a Gouki card when sent from the field to the graveyard. So you can make full use of getting back resources that you invest into your Link summon with your Gouki monsters by grabbing other Gouki monsters or Gouki cards from the deck. Also run 3 Gouki Rescorpio. If you control no monsters or all monsters you control are Gouki monsters, you can normal summon this card without tributing. And if this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, it has the same add 1 Gouki card from your deck to your hand as Suprex. So off of the Suprex special, or just easy because it doesn't take up a tribute, you can get this card out, and then, like I said, using them for links, you can go for a monster and then grab both their searches off. So Rescorpio is just good because it doesn't really limit you too much with having to be tributed out onto the field. And I also run 3 Gouki Twist Cobra. It's a quick effect. You can tribute 1 Gouki monster, then target 1 Gouki monster you control. It gains attack equal to the original attack of the tributed monster until the end of this turn, and then the same sent from the field effect to add a Gouki card. So good for power boosts, definitely. All in all the stats for the Goukis as well are pretty good with 18, 16, and 23 so far. So if you don't use them for Link summoning, they stand alone pretty well, but Twist Cobra just helps for that boost up that sometimes you can find difficulty getting over some of your opponent's monsters. And I also run 3 Gouki Headbat. With this card, if it is in your hand, you can send 1 other Gouki monster from your hand to the graveyard, then target 1 Gouki monster you control, special summon this card in defense, and if you do, the target monster gains 800 attack in defense position, and if you do, the target monster gains 800 attack until the end of the turn. So I just reread that line over again. But if this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you add 1 Gouki card from your deck to your hand except for Headbat, and you can only use each effect of Headbat once per turn. So another good easy field swarm as well. Just remember with the Gouki monsters, they don't get their searches when they're sent from the hand to the graveyard, so they have to be on the field, but it's another easy special summon, so you can go into some of your more powerful Link 3 Gouki summons. So that's one of the big things until we get like the Gouki Link 2. You either have to go into generic Link 2s or just build up your field for the Link 3s, which even then, if you have different Gouki monsters on the field, you're still adding back resources from your deck to your hand for your invested Link summon. And I also run 3 of the new Gouki Octo Stretch. The level 1 Gouki, if your opponent's monster attacks during damage calc, quick effect, you can discard this card. The damage you take from that battle is halved, and when your opponent activates an effect that would inflict damage to you, you can also discard this card to take half of that damage. And then if it's sent from the field to the graveyard, you can add 1 Gouki card from your deck to your hand, except for Octo Stretch. But what's good about this from the hand effect for the burn, 1, it protects you from the burn, and 2, with cards like Gouki Rematch, you have special summons from the graveyard if you haven't sent any yet. So opening up with the Rematch and let's say some of your other monsters, you're able to summon the Octo Stretch back to the field after using its 1 protection effect, let's say on your opponent's turn from burn damage or obviously battle damage. Just an overall great card to work with as a whole in the deck for your plays. And I also run 2 Gouki Bear Hug, kind of a bigger monster. I'm debating if I want to keep 2 or not in, or just 1. When it is special summoned by the effect of a Gouki card or normal summon, you can target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls. Its attack becomes half its original attack until the end of this turn. And then the same sent from the field to the graveyard by adding a Gouki card from your deck to your hand. The half effect, like I said, once again, is good for some pesky cards on the field. It also comes in handy, comboed with the Twist Cobra for boosted up, hitting for big damage. Just another good option as well. Plus, with cards like Transmodify, you can go up from basically your Rescorpio into the Bear Hug from your deck, so you don't really have to waste the tribute summon too much if you don't have to, or if you don't want to with that card. And the only Gouki monster I run in the deck is 2 Junk Forward. An easy special summon if you control no monsters. Special summon this card from your hand. It helps because you can use it because it's a warrior monster for a lot of your Link summons, including Isolde. And you can also use it for Mrs. Radiant since it's an Earth. Just one of the preferred non-Gouki monsters to run in the deck. Probably won't run it when we get more of the Gouki support. Kind of go for a more pure build than we already have, but still a great option to have in the deck, opening it up in the beginning and having no monsters on the field. Gives you that one additional monster for a Link summon. And that's it for the monsters. We'll move on to the spells. I run 3 Gouki Rematch. You target 2 Gouki monsters in your graveyard at different levels, special summon them in defense, and you can only activate 1 Gouki Rematch per turn. So good since all the Gouki monsters are different levels, so you have plenty to work with. The special summon from the set goes for a lot of your big plays as well, depending if you go for a Link 2 and then get that Link 2 out, rematch the 2 you sent for that back to the field, and then you can go into a Link 4 if possible. Just remember the searches for the Goukis are once per turn, so you won't be able to get additional searches off of those cards if you already used them that turn. And also 2 of the new Gouki face turn. You target 1 Gouki card you control and 1 Gouki monster in your graveyard. Destroy that target on the field, and if you do special summon that other monster from your graveyard, you can only activate 1 face turn per turn, but the scent effect works very well with this card for it. And you also get another Gouki monster if you haven't used that one already in the graveyard's effect. So it's kind of like a swap out of one that you need, but you'll still get the search, obviously. So with this and another Gouki card, you're really going for your plays for swapping out something you might need preferred over something that's on the field. But like I said, still getting your search. And also I run 2 Transmodify. Too good with this card in the deck. You send a monster you control the graveyard, special summon from your deck, one with the same type and attribute, but 1 level higher. You have so much to work with in this deck. You can go from Octo Stretch to Headbat to Twist Cobra, to Suprex to Scorpio, right to Bear Hug, so plenty of options with Transmodify. And the same goes for Downbeat. Run 2 of this as well. It's just like the decreasing effect for Transmodify. Opening up both of these as well definitely comes in handy just because you can go up and then down and get both of the searches off as long as the monsters were different than the one that was originally on the field, but awesome when that happens because you'll get plenty of searches off as well. And I also run 2 Scapegoat, pretty standard staple. It helps with Field Swarm, so you can get plenty of link options with your goat tokens that you have on the field. And I also run 2 double summons. With all the sends that you get, you're guaranteed to get plenty of Gouki monsters to resummon onto the field with those searches, so just having the option of that additional normal summon definitely helps with cards like Suprex and Scorpio onto the field. And also 1 Monster Reborn, pretty standard just for the special summon help. And 1 Reinforcement. All the Goukis and basically all the effect monsters are warriors, so grab all the level 4 lower ones. 1 Upstart Goblin to finish off the spell cards. Just an additional help search since you're basically going through the deck very fast with your Gouki searches, so you can grab cards you need a little faster that aren't the Goukis, obviously. And then moving on to traps, I run 2 Torrential Tribute. Now this card definitely comes in handy with the scent effects. If you have Goukis lined up for like a Gouki wall, you just don't have anything for the link play that turn. If you Torrential, you can take care of your opponent's monsters while getting off your Gouki search and really muddle up their plays that they were hoping to go for. And also 1 Bottomless Trap Hole, 1 Solemn Warning, and 1 Solemn Judgment to finish off the main deck. If you wanted to take out the Bottomless, you can put in a Strike if you want, just for kind of a monster stopping trap lineup, which is most of the time what this trap lineup in this deck is going for. So depending if you have the Strike or not to throw in. And that is it for the main deck. We'll move on to the extra. I run 2 Gouki the Great Ogre. All monsters on the field lose attack equal to their original defense. If this card be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can destroy one of your other monsters this card points to instead. So kind of a heavy hitter. The only weakness is obviously it doesn't work on link monsters, but still take care of all those, Exceed, Synchro, Fusion, you name it. Lowering their attack by their defense definitely does come in handy. Also, 1 Gouki the Thunder Ogre, another Link 3 option, and if a monster this card points to is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can make this card gain 400 attack. The turn this applies, you also get the effect during the main phase. You can normal summon 1 monster from their hand to a zone this card points to, in addition to their normal summoner set. So it helps with kind of speeding up your plays as well. We just got the new Gouki, the Master Ogre, so definitely comes in handy there. You need 2 Gouki monsters to make this card, so with Thunder Ogre, you can definitely see that with the additional normal summon. If you already used up your resources, happen a lot more. And with this once per turn quick effect, you can return to the hand any number of Gouki monsters you control that this card points to. Target the same number of face-up cards your opponent controls. They have their effects negated until the end of this turn. This card can attack all monsters your opponent controls once each. And if your opponent controls a face-up monster, this card can only target the monster with the highest attack for attacks. Your choice if tied. So a very powerful Link 4 that Gouki is definitely needed. I think with Cybernetic Horizon, we just get more Link 4s that definitely are awesome for the deck. But definitely a powerhouse that helps with a lot of your different plays you do with the deck. So a definite 2800 powerhouse that you can use and benefit from. And also, 2 Mrs. Radiant, the Goukis and the Junk Forwards and the Scapegoats are all Earth, so very easy Link to make in this deck. I also run 1 Isolde for the Warrior Search. It just needs 2 Warriors, so if you don't go for the Mrs. Radiant, and you just need that 1 Warrior Search, this definitely does come in handy as well. Also, 1 Underclock Taker, 1 Proxy Dragon, 1 Akashic to finish up the Link 2s. For the Link 3s, 1 Decode Talker, 1 Gaia Saber, and 1 Ningirsu definitely help, just with extra Link options. And for the non-Gouki Link 4s, 1 Topologic and 1 Borreload to finish off the extra deck. If you have Saryuja and you want to run that instead, you can take out the Topologic for that, just if you want the additional draw options. But it's basically player preference of what they want at that point. But yeah, that is it for the deck profile. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Once again, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And until next time, Kira Twig out.